Are you afraid that you might, influence people who are on the fence?
I think you lose all credibility. I do. I mean, my bond with my audience has always been I don't pull a punch. A conservative once said to me, what you guys in the liberal side of it don't get about Donald Trump is we don't like him either.
Yeah.
It's just that in this country, it's binary. I mean, gender may not be binary, but politics is. You only get two choices. And the stuff that they are afraid of, they see Donald Trump as a bulwark against, and that stuff is a lot closer to the home.
So Joy Behar quickly jumped in to defend Whoopi Goldberg after Bill Maher's harsh takedown. But just like Whoopi, she ended up stepping straight into a public embarrassment of her own. Behar's response got torn apart so badly that it honestly looked like there was no real way for her to recover. If you like intense political drama like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And let's get right into it.
By the way, out there, that hat that you keep wearing, that red hat that says Make America Great Again, that tells people that you go along with this. So you might as well just put a swastika on the hat.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because we see it anyway.
Well, I think some people resent the question. Like, what don't you get? Look, I'm not going to defend Donald Trump ever, but I would never say that we should put the swastika on the cap, because I think you can hate Donald Trump. You can't hate everybody who likes him. It's half the country.
Bill Maher and Joy Behar's first big clash started over the MAGA movement and Donald Trump. Behar, like many progressive Democrats, used a very strong comparison, saying MAGA supporters are like Nazis. But Maher shut that idea down right away, without hesitation. He said it is totally fine to disagree with MAGA, but calling millions of Americans Nazis is not honest, and it oversimplifies things in a dangerous way. In his opinion, democracy is not meant to exist inside an echo chamber. It needs debate, disagreement, and even uncomfortable conversations with people you strongly oppose. He said that hating MAGA supporters so much that you refuse to even talk to them is not a moral position. It is actually a failure of democracy. This kind of extreme political division, where people are labeled instead of discussed, is exactly what Maher refuses to accept or stay silent about.
I'm nervous about saying anything against Biden because I feel, not that I have so much power, and you have some more than I do, obviously, but
I don't know about that.
Are you afraid that you might, influence people who are on the fence?
I think you lose all credibility. I do. I mean, my bond with my audience has always been I don't pull a punch.
Yeah.
My bond with my audience is you're not going to like everything I say, but I'm saying what I really think is true.
If you pay close attention, you can see there was a clear strategy forming in Behar's words. She wasn't just casually talking. She seemed to be trying to set a trap, hoping to push Maher into a strong anti-Trump rant. By saying she feels nervous criticizing Biden, Behar was trying to gently shift the conversation in a specific direction. The goal seemed to be to compare Biden and Trump, and then get Maher to attack Trump based on that comparison. This idea fits a common belief on the left that Trump is very aggressive toward media outlets, especially because of his history of lawsuits. It looked like a carefully hidden setup, but Maher caught on quickly. He refused to take the bait and kept control of the conversation on his own terms.
Biden just presents as old. It's not really fair.
No.
Because he's almost the same age. Trump is almost the same age as him.
I know.
But Trump doesn't present that way. You look at somebody right away, you can kind of just sum them up. I mean, we are not young, but we don't present as old.
Yeah.
Biden does. I saw him yesterday making that speech.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sorry, he's cadaver-like.
But his brain is good. He's still great.
Well, here's what I said. Like, when I came back after the strike in September, I said, he should get out. Because he's just lost the faith of people. It's not fair. He's actually done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But I said, he's going to be Ruth Bader Biden. That's the term I used. Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She stayed too long at the fair.
You can actually see the exact moment Behar's plan starts falling apart. She becomes visibly uncomfortable as the conversation stops going her way. Her setup doesn't just fail, it completely backfires. Instead of attacking Trump like she expected, Maher sharply turns and delivers a strong criticism of Joe Biden. He directly blamed Biden for the major loss in the 2024 election, saying Biden's refusal to step aside earlier cost the Democrats the victory. What makes Maher's argument stand out is that he wasn't saying this only after the fact. Long before many others admitted it, he had already warned that Biden's mental sharpness appeared to be declining. He said this repeatedly and publicly. According to him, the left ignored those warnings, and it ended up costing them politically.
I remember Obama had her over to the White House, like in 2013, to hint, hey, spend more time with the grandkids. That would not be a good idea, Ruth. And she didn't take the hint, and she was not in good health, and she stayed too long, and she ruined her legacy and got the Supreme Court now to be a pretty right-wing organization. Said Biden shouldn't do that, but ego. He's Dracula. He has crossed oceans of time to be here, and he's not going to give it up.
Maher didn't stop there. He continued his criticism of Biden, and that's when the tone got even more intense. He compared Biden to Dracula, describing him as someone so focused on power and staying relevant that he refused to leave the stage even when it was clearly time to go. This Dracula comparison wasn't just for drama. It was meant to show what Maher sees as a serious political mistake. He argued that Biden became too attached to power, attention, and legacy, and in doing so lost sight of what was best for the country and even his own party. Instead of stepping aside at the right moment, Biden held on, and Maher believes that decision may have changed the direction of American politics.
A conservative once said to me, what you guys in the liberal side of it don't get about Donald Trump is we don't like him either.
Yeah.
It's just that in this country, it's binary. I mean, gender may not be binary, but politics is. You only get two choices. And the stuff that they are afraid of, they see Donald Trump as a bulwark against, and that stuff is a lot closer to the home.
Maher also touched on something that Joy Behar and her co-hosts often avoid discussing: the reason behind Donald Trump's strong and lasting support. For many Americans, Trump represents something rare in modern politics: a leader willing to stand firmly against the so-called woke establishment without backing down or apologizing. Throughout his political career, he faced constant attacks, including media criticism, legal battles, and public accusations designed to weaken his image. But despite all of that, he stayed firm and continued pushing forward. His supporters saw this as strength and resilience. And it wasn't only his core base that noticed. Many undecided voters also saw this behavior and found it impressive, which played a big role in shaping election outcomes.
It's like my kid is coming home from school and they're not allowed to tell me if they're transitioning. The school is going to take the side of the kid over the parent. Stuff like that. There is a lot of crazy stuff on the left. This book, there's stuff that each side is going to like and probably stuff they're not going to like so much in there, because that's the answer to the Donald Trump situation is what's going to get him elected is this woke stuff that a lot of people in this country just don't go for.
This observation connects directly to what Maher sees as the deeper reason behind Trump's 2024 win. In his view, it wasn't just about money problems or party loyalty. It was also a cultural reaction. Many Americans became worried about debates involving gender identity in schools, especially when it came to children and parental involvement. Issues like transgender athletes in women's sports and rules around bathrooms became major talking points. These subjects became emotionally charged across the country. What may have started as political debates turned into everyday conversations in households everywhere. Many moderate and ordinary voters began to feel the country was moving in a direction they were uncomfortable with. And this helped push them toward Trump.
And watching this clip, I couldn't help but think how ironic that Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar and the rest of the ladies on The View spend their time calling Republicans the conspiracy theorists. But they have been wrong about everything they have said over the last couple of years. They likened President Trump to Hitler. They have mocked him. They have shamed him. They have lied about him consistently on their show. And it was a joy to watch them on November the 6th when they realized that tens of millions of Americans do not listen to the lies that they have spewed.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt also criticized Joy Behar and Whoopi Goldberg, saying they are out of touch with everyday Americans. And many people feel there is truth to that claim. The criticism of Trump began even before he officially took office or made policy decisions, which made some voters feel the judgment was already decided in advance. But that approach didn't fully work. Many Americans outside major media circles didn't accept that narrative. The problem is that a lot of claims made on TV ended up not matching what people were actually seeing in real life. Because of that, many viewers began to lose trust in what they were hearing from these media voices.
These women are completely out of touch with reality. And you're right, ABC should wake up. They just paid $15 million to President Trump's future library. That's a great thing for the American people.
It is. You know, I wanted to start with that crazy absurdity because during my tenure as White House press secretary, there was a lot of absurdities coming from the press. I remember one briefing where Ryan Lizza bizarrely asked me if Trump was happy that the South lost the Civil War, to which, like, you could see me, I stopped, I looked at him and said, that is absurd. I mean, you'll deal with these kind of crazy questions from the White House podium.
To understand why Levitt's comments were so strong, it helps to look at a key background detail. ABC, which owns The View, had to pay $15 million to settle a defamation lawsuit involving Donald Trump. The statements were made not on The View itself, but by journalist George Stephanopoulos during another broadcast. Still, the settlement sent a clear message to the entire network. Words have consequences. Careless statements can lead to serious financial and legal problems. But despite this, Behar and her co-hosts have continued their strong political commentary. Critics say it shows they haven't really changed their approach, even after such a costly lesson.
3,500 arrests ICE has made so far since President Trump came back into office. Can you just tell us the numbers? How many have a criminal record versus those who are just in the country illegally?
All of them, because they illegally broke our nation's laws and therefore they are criminals as far as this administration goes. I know the last administration didn't see it that way, so it's a big culture shift in our nation to view someone who breaks our immigration laws as a criminal, but that's exactly what they are.
So in the end, what we saw was a major political clash that didn't go as planned for Joy Behar. She tried to steer the conversation and turn Bill Maher into another critic of Trump. But instead, she faced pushback and ended up on the defensive. Maher's willingness to criticize both sides, including Biden, is what separates him from more partisan media spaces. Meanwhile, Behar and Whoopi continue to defend their positions, even as critics point to past controversies and legal settlements involving their network. The 2024 election, according to this perspective, already showed a shift in what many Americans believe. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more.